Hey everybody, it is Wintermute, and so this thing called Arcane came out based off League of Legends, the video game, computer game, and it's to fill in the backstory of the video game, or the game itself, and kind of flesh out some of the characters, and everybody's going gaga for it. Is it? I did watch it. Does it deserve all the hype? Yes. Absolutely, without a doubt, it is worth watching. And quite frankly, there's so many other prominent big reviewers out there talking about it that, why would I bother making a video about it? Because they're all saying the same things I would say. It is gorgeous. It is amazingly written. Even if it is not something you would normally be into, I think anybody can watch this and just go, wow, this is a really powerful human story that you can relate to on so many levels. Anybody should be able to, because it's so powerful. The writing is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely, the hype is absolutely spot on with this. This show is amazing, absolutely amazing. But there's a couple aspects of it that I kind of just want to talk about because this is how good it is. That I'm not okay. That all that's out of the way. Go watch it. Trust me, you should enjoy it. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Or at least you should enjoy some aspect of it. And I was watching it and I turned to my girlfriend at one point and I go, you know what? Just about any scene at any moment throughout this entire series, you just want to pause it and just take it all in, because it is so detailed, so amazingly beautiful across the board. Like there's not a single scene that I think is devoid of amazing animation and just can draw you in. If you just pause it and just watch and just look at it, just take in the whole scene. It's amazing. But beyond just being an awesome animation, the characters themselves are so amazing and interesting. And I've watched a couple videos about psychologists who are actually analyzing these characters and pointing out specific scenes and how these characters react and how these and that's one thing for me. That's a big thing for me when I watch a show, is its consistency of the character. If a character starts acting inconsistent with their established persona and it is not justified in some way that makes sense, that really bugs me to no end. And here you have a show that every character is absolutely consistent. Their motivations make sense, and you can understand, even if you don't like them, even if we're talking about a bad guy, even if we're talking about, scum of the earth, you can understand where they're coming from. Even if you don't agree with it, you can understand it because it's so well written. So I really enjoy those psychological reviews, but that gives you an idea of how good this show is. But the actual details of the writing are just above and beyond. And I'm going to give you a couple examples that jumped out at me, because this just shows the kind of effort that was put into the production of this. There's a scene, and this really isn't going to spoil anything, where Caitlin is on an obstacle course, and it's a firearms obstacle course. So she's running, stops, shoots a target, running, stops, shoots a target, running, and she's pitted against at least one other person. I don't know if there's more beyond that, but she's pitted against another person. And this other person, you find out, or you'll come to find out, is the sheriff of Piltover, the main city, and so obviously she's going to be a good shot herself. But at one point, they show Caitlin a close-up of her face, and she brings up the rifle to take the shot. And right before she shoots, she goes, and she takes a breath and exhales and then takes the shot. That is an actual part of firearms training. That is actually something people are trained to do when you're learning to shoot a firearm. So that detail right there just jumped out at me. And wow, the fact that they number one, the fact that the writers even knew that was a thing. Okay, now I don't know what kind of background the writers have, But if they do not have some sort of paramilitary or military background or just firearms background, if they went out and did the research on how to actually firearms training to do that and show that, that's really impressive. And then beyond that, the fact that they actually took the time to animate that and show it. And this is part of the reason why Caitlin is such a good shot, is she knows, she's very precise. She's a very exacting, it plays into her character. She's a very exacting kind of person. Okay, so she's going to follow all those steps to properly make that shot land right where she wants it. One right after the other, by the book, she's going to do it. And it all fits. And then she looks over at the sheriff. Now the sheriff, you find out, was never going to pull the trigger. So what does the sheriff do? The sheriff doesn't have her finger on the trigger and then she releases it like a lot of the stereotypes would show. But no, she actually had her finger indexed along the receiver for the rifle. She was never going to pull that trigger. That is also firearms training, okay? You keep your finger indexed until you're bringing it up on the target to actually fire. Now if you don't have some sort of firearms training background, you're not going to know that. Or some sort of formal training, you're probably not going to know that. You might know that just from experience or getting exposure. But again, the fact that they took the time to animate that and kind of show it really is impressive with the detail. Okay, and when I started, I didn't pick up on some of the stuff the first time I watched it because I was just sort of like, wow, this is really cool. But watching it again with my girlfriend, I kind of started to pick up on some of these details and go, wow. Either these guys are, the fact that they're really smart and really understand what they're writing about, even a kind of, topic that isn't, that's full of like firearms, a topic that is in general full of a lot of myths and BS and Hollywood. They actually showed it very accurately in those scenes. Now, I can't speak for every scene. These scenes kind of jumped out at me. But that was really impressive. And if it isn't something that they already knew going into this and writing it and then animating it and they did the research, man, it's even more impressive. But then they took the time to actually animate it. They actually took time in the actual show to show these things. And another amazing thing is just the depth of facial expression of some of these characters. And there's a scene later on, this will be a spoiler. But, well, I'll try not to spoil it, but a character will offer another character a deal. And the character who's being offered the deal is very stoic. He's very focused, and he wants this. This is what he wanted his whole life. But then the character offering the deal adds a stipulation, adds a caveat to the deal that the person getting the offer was not expecting. And he's staring right at him as he's rattling off. These are the demands. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. And he's staring. Done, already halfway there. Not a problem, done. And then as soon as he hits that one he didn't see coming, he's staring right at him, square faces. This is what I want. There's just a slight dart of his eye off to the side. And his head moves just a little. And he immediately, you know, without anything else, you just watch his character. This is animation, by the way. He was caught off guard. He did not expect that. He was shocked by it. And it's just, they took the time to animate that on that level. Just a quick dart of the eyes. He's focused. He hears something he didn't expect. And he really has to, he really is reeling. But that is, the depth of that is that they animated that and caught that. And where even the writers were even self-aware to even write that detail into the story and then go as far as to animate it in that kind of detail. I'm telling you, this show is on another level. The bar has been raised in so many ways. And quite frankly, if you're working on a project that would be in the same vein as something like Arcane, and you're not close to that level, you might want to take a step back and rethink it, because this is going to be the standard for a long time. Even if the second and third seasons don't match up, and there's a chance they may not. That's kind of that's not uncommon. Although I think they will. They've got a lot of information, a lot of background to work with that they've set up here. But even if the second and third season, and I'm guessing it will go on beyond that unless they completely flop, the fact that this season 1 exists, the bar has been raised in I feel in entertainment across the board, because everybody, all the reviewers, probably not even just the nerdy ones, are going to look at Arcane and go, look at that. You didn't even try to get to that level. Please don't. Now, I know over time things will drop off again. Hollywood crap will start to be pushed back into our faces. But for right now, man, the bar has been set. This show is amazing, and it is amazing on a level that isn't even obvious. It's when you actually start. This show is multi-layered, and you can go deeper than just the awesome action, the beauty of the art, the actual amazing character storylines, the actual well-written plot where everything pretty much makes sense, and you understand what's going on and why it's going on and all the factors that went into it. It is really an amazing show. So this is, yeah, I needed to do a video like this just to kind of, if I can convince if one other person sees this that wasn't sure about watching it, sees this and goes, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and watch it now. Great. It was worth the effort. It was worth the effort on my part to make this video. It is that good. So, a very excited Wintermute is signing off.